Hi, my name is Michael Quigley, and I am the founder of Catolus. I'm on a mission to try and help 1 billion people. And in this video, I want to help you with 3 leadership skills that you can cultivate and develop to level up as a leader. That if you invest in these, they'll set you up for massive success for the rest of your life. So what are they? They're coaching, giving and receiving feedback, and empathy. So I'm going to go through all 3 of them, why it's important you invest in your skills as a leader and the results they can give you. So isn't it just good enough to have technical experience? No, to put it bluntly, it's not. The things that you got that got you to promotion, that helped you to be a manager, a director, or part of the team, or things that helped you to ability to start a business are all really important, but they're not going to help your team to go further. Your ability as a leader to inspire performance and create good culture and kind of a winning positive attitude, that's what's going to make the difference. It's not all about you anymore. You might figure that out as a leader. It's not about you. It's how can you help to develop and create a successful environment to make success for your team and for your clients. So the first way is coaching. Now, I'd recommend you get yourself a coach. It could be somebody you employ, or it could be somebody who you trust. It's more of an informal kind of mentoring situation. But get into the habit of having somebody who's not you to examine from a third party perspective, yeah, how you're doing, what's your performance like, what are your skills, what you're really good at, what are your strengths, and tell you, make you feel good about yourself. And then think, okay, well, this is what you need to do to go further, and I've mapped it out for you. Get into the habit of having somebody who's not yourself regularly help you to move forward because you can always go further with a good coach. But also, it gets you out of your own head. That's a trap. That's the first trap leaders fall into. You cannot objectively analyze how you come across to people and your own performance from inside your head. You just can't do it. It's like trying to solve a maze from within the maze. You just end up lost. So get a coach, get somebody else. Make sure they're really good. Some people have qualifications like the International Coaching Federation, if they've got that, really good, but they don't have to. It has to be somebody though that you trust and is a skilled professional and that you can open up to. So that's the first thing. Get into the habit of having a coach and regularly being coached because then you can pass that on. Too many people start by coaching others and they've never experienced what high quality coaching is like. So the standard you're coaching other people to is very low. Don't fall into that trap. Second skill, giving and receiving feedback, right? So we want high performance and consistent high performance from our team, right? From our people. So we have to tell them when they need to improve and what they're doing well, kind of like I was saying before about the coaching. But here's another trap people fall into. They start saying, right, well, we're just going to have our performance reviews and we're going to do it this way. And we're going to say this and we're going to expect this. And we can change these targets and people got to do it this way. I'm going to tell them, okay. Consider as well how to set that up so it's received really well. What does that mean? It means you could say the best things in the right order and have what you think is really effective appraisal or meeting, and that person is just falling on deaf ears. They're not listening to you. They don't like you. They don't like the way you phrased it. They think they've been blindsided by you because you've done it on your territory. Taking the time to consider how can we set it up so this person receives this really well? For example, they might be neurodivergent and they prefer to have an email and a written summary of what you're going to talk about so they can prepare themselves for your questions. They can't just think off the top of the head, or they might prefer it that way, you know. So take the time before you give feedback to imagine what that's like to receive and set it up. Really simple tip. Read or listen to my favorite book, which is The Seven Pillars of Servant Leadership. It's outstanding and it will give you guided principles. So this is how you set it up to receive, and here's how you give it, set it up to give it. Yeah. So giving and receiving together, really, really important. Again, another trap that leaders fall into is they focus on giving feedback. They don't focus on what it's like to receive it. And that links into the coach. If you've got a good coach and you know you get a bit defensive when he's giving you feedback, or she's giving you feedback, you think, maybe that's how they feel. Maybe that's why that's not working. And that leads me on to the third one, which is you can empathize. Empathy. Empathy is it's so important, and it's like the liquid that lubricates the joints, right? It's that flowing thing that helps connect all sorts of cool stuff like river or like water, right? Empathy does not mean that something's happened to somebody else and it's also happened to you. And so, oh yeah, I understand, I empathize. That's another trap that leaders fall into, right? They think, oh, unless it's happened to me, I can't empathize that person. I don't know where they're coming from. They're 20 years younger than me, or they live on the other side of the world. Relax. Empathy is being starting by being curious, what's it like for that person, and then wanting to understand. And then they feel that you want to understand them. And so you ask questions. It's not about you have to have experienced what they're going through. It's actually the opposite. So start with curiosity. You can say this to yourself. You can improve your empathy by wanting to know what it's like for that person. So you can do this all day. There's over 8 billion people you can practice on. You can walk past someone in the street and just think, I wonder what it's like to be a woman. Or I wonder what it's like to be 60 years old. Or I wonder what it's like to be from Kenya. Or I wonder what it's like to have 4 children. And you get creative, use your imagination. But what it's doing is it's helping you to step outside of yourself. And that's another really important thing leaders need to do as a skill, that ability to understand it's not about me, is it? It's never about you. It's about them. And you have that empathy. So you want to know what's it like. And I want you to understand it a bit. You think, wow, that's difficult. I didn't know they've got that going on. Okay, maybe we need to make some adaptations in our expectations for that person, or maybe that person is bored and they need a challenge, or maybe they're going through something I've never been through, and I don't actually have the skills to be able to help them. We need to bring in the coach. We need to bring in the mental health first aider. So that ability to empathize means you want to understand, you're curious, you have good intentions towards that person. That's a big part of empathy as well. And it's a really positive thing because when you're empathetic and you're also humble, you can learn from other people. So you say, tell me what that's like. What is it like to be like that? I was talking to my mum last night. I said, what was that experience like? I was trying to empathize. I was trying to relate to that person. Because if you cannot empathize with somebody, they will feel that you're not approachable and you'll end up in a very lonely position and you won't have strong relationships. So all three of these skills, coaching, giving and receiving feedback, and the empathy will improve your ability to connect with other people and have strong relationships. With those, high performance, great culture, all good stuff. Without those, you'll end up lonely, you'll end up stressed, you'll end up burnt out thinking, I'm saying all the right stuff, I'm working really hard. Why is it not working? And it might be because of those three aspects. You put those three in, stay humble, keep learning like I try to do. I keep getting coached. I have 4 different people I go to. I keep receiving feedback every single week, be that formal or informal. And I keep empathizing and I keep thinking, what's it like for that person? Do that, not only will your leadership skills level up, you'll also have a lot of fun as well because you'll be thinking big picture, but you'll also be going deep as well and you'll be experiencing more than just your own personal experience. You'll be really understanding what it's like for your team, for your people. So hope you enjoyed that video. Please give it a like and subscribe to Catalyst if you're new. If you have any suggestions on future content for leadership, just let me know. I'd love to know more about it. Take care and I'll see you soon.